A day in the life of a fashion photographer. This video and this information has been requested from me for quite a bit of time now, especially since I started the channel. So I thought I would take you through a life in the day of a fashion photographer, or maybe even more so, a few days in the life of a fashion photographer, because the thing is, it's hard just making a life in the day video because every day can be so different. I get up around like 7 a.m. and I do some stretching. I don't do it always immediately at 7 a.m. but I try to do it as soon as possible after I wake up, or at least at some point before my first meal of the day. I always eat at 11 a.m. because I do intermittent fasting, especially now that I'm taking Lexapro. It's made a little bit harder for me to not gain weight. If you're new to the channel, my name is Gabriel Perez Silva, and I'm a fashion and celebrity photographer based out of New York City. This is some of my work, and if you like it and even you enjoy this video or find it helpful, leave a subscribe, and I would appreciate that. I think you'll find the other videos helpful too, like no bias because it's my channel, I mean it. Some people like Olive Garden, some people like steakhouses. Well, I love Trader Joe's. That's like my gift to myself. And I go there pretty often between the Soho spot and the Lower East Side spot. And I always sit in a little bench or a little crevice and eat my Trader Joe's, that lemon arugula and that pretzel bread. But regardless, it's always 11 a.m. Usually I make my omelet at 11 a.m. but recently I've been having a late night breakfast for dinner and having like dinner or lunch for breakfast. I don't know. But you know, we get a little bit crazy in here sometimes. a little bit wacky, you know? Between my time where I wake up, stretch, and between where I'm waiting to eat, you know, I don't have a lot of energy, so I try to do some computer work. And that typically looks like answering emails, talking to clients, responding to messages, doing some, you know, responding to comments on social media, which I need to be better at doing, but I try. You know, brain blasting for the next YouTube videos, things of that sort. There's a lot that goes into photography outside of just shooting, a lot that goes into keeping the boat afloat per se, you know, invoicing, random things that, you know, living alone, you didn't realize how much stuff you gotta do to just keep your general boat afloat, but on top of that, your business boat afloat, you know, and pushing forward. Then I get to editing. I recently got this monitor. I'm not so used to editing on it yet, but it's great to, like, you know, for video editing, you know, to have other tabs open and just growing the ambiance of my home. I've been remodeling a lot too. Now the middle part of the day, that's where things get interesting. Realistically, if I'm shooting, it'll start around 9 a.m. and I'll get a little quick run in, a little something, and my stretch to be ready, and the meal, unless I know for sure they're not food there, to be ready for the day and be energized and, you know, ready, steady, go for my job. In theory, it won't take up all my day, but the way I work is kind of like, if I have a shoot and it's at like 4 p.m., then my whole first part of the day, more or less, is kind of like waiting for 4 p.m. and kind of getting my head ready. That's why I prefer early shoots. It's easier for me to like just get it out the way, and then the rest of the day. But typically when I do my shoot, it kind of tires me out. You know, I go hard in the paint, so I rest afterwards. I like to immediately look at my photos to start editing them, or at least going through selects and stuff, because I feel like if you wait, people who wait too long, it's like you lose steam, you lose energy, you lose excitement for the images. Like, why would you shoot this and not be excited and then wait to edit it like a month later? Like, no reason some photographers never send the photos or whatever, because if you're doing that, I mean, I wouldn't want to edit them at that point either. I got new stuff, or I got other things of interest. If I'm not shooting though, around the middle part of the day, typically I start heading towards the gym. But before I get to the gym, I always, not always, but a lot of times throughout the week, at least once to 2 times per week, I make a stop at the post office, because if I sell a lot of stuff on like Depop, but then this is when the fun stuff starts happening, and another interesting part of my day. This is where the socialization aspect of my day happens. The evening time. There's always events going on that you get invited to. This is part of the game. going to events, showing face, and doing the mingle. I've really been wanting to wear this jacket. This is like super beautiful, but I haven't been able to find the right black pants. You know, believe it or not, it's not as easy as you'd think to find the right black pair of pants, the right fitting black pair of pants. So close. So I have an even better jacket to wear though. About to go get acupuncture. Maybe I didn't think this through very well. I'm wearing a pretty tight shirt underneath and the hair is gelled and all that. I'm gonna have to like take my shirt off to get the acu, but gotta do what you gotta do. I get acu pretty regularly. About to pull up at the cocktail. I'm about to meet up with my boy Jay and my girl Kim. Girl as in, you know, my pal, not my lover. Yeah, I just got my boy Jay looking right. I tossed on these shades. Completed the outfit. Yeah, what's up? Oh man, he was curious. Kim, what's up, dog?
Wait, is that filming on me or where? 8.5 photo.
Are you telling me where, dog?
Well, I don't know. You're the photographer. You guys are photographers, so. Let's go tell me.
Jay, how you looking right, bro?
Wait, what?
It was an amazing content. I could be totally wrong.
Wait, just a second.
Is the light on the thing? That's so cool.
Damn, bro, wait. If I don't have an event, then I stop eating again at 7. My last meal is like, I start preparing at 6. My last meal is at 6:30. At 7 p.m., I take my Alecia Pro, and then it's that's pretty much it. My night winds down because if I stay up too long, I'll get hungry again, you know? So like, you know, I'll probably chill whatever till like 9:30, then hit the sack. I'll lie there for a little bit and then I'm out. I will say, you know, people ask me how often do you shoot? Do you shoot every day? When I first moved to New York, I used to make calculations in my head. Yo, how am I gonna, because back then I was shooting little shoots for like, you know, a couple $100, whatever it is, even, you know, whatever came up, whatever the opportunity was, because you needed that money to like survive, you know? And I would always make calculations in my head like, damn bro, like how am I gonna make enough money to make this a career? How am I gonna make enough money to like survive, you know, much less like have a family doing this? So I would like make estimates in my head, like, you know, if I do this amount of shoots, but I'm like, damn, like I'm not getting that many shoots right now, and like for this amount of money, etc., etc. But the thing is, like, you know, if you're consistent with anything, eventually something will start happening. But number two, what typically happens is, you know, you end up working less, but you end up working much bigger jobs. You know, I take that back. You end up working more regardless, but at the same time, you end up working much bigger jobs that pay much bigger rates. So it really, you don't need to work every day, you feel me? And you don't want to work every day because you want to give that time and that energy to each project. Now, if you're starting out, you do want to shoot as much as you can, because every shoot you do moves you closer towards where you want to be, and it extends and expands on the skill sets you have already and you want more of. It's not every single day, but every single day there's something related to it. I mean, nowadays being a photographer, you know, you have to make content, you have to post, you have to make, you know, shorts, you have to make, I make YouTube. I mean, I do this because I like it. I'm saying like, bro, you know, like you gotta do all these things to be a photographer nowadays. You do spend a lot of time editing. Although somebody asked me the other day, something about retouching. Oh, you know what it was? He asked me, what do I recommend to learn more retouching? I always color graded my stuff regardless, but I can retouch my stuff. I retouch most of my stuff. But if I have a big project, or if I have too much work or whatever it is, or stuff that I know I'm not like a pro retoucher, you know, I will outsource it to retouchers. Most of my jobs I'll outsource to retouchers. I color grade it, they retouch it, and that saves me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because retouching skin-wise is not something I enjoy particularly, and it takes a lot of time and energy, and that's not something that I'm a pro at. And the time that it would take for me to become a pro at that, you know, it's gonna take away from the time that I'm becoming a pro at what I really do, which is the actual shooting, the actual photographer part of it. Pretty much every photographer outsources to retouching. Most, like 90%, 85%. That's not me saying you shouldn't learn or shouldn't know a good amount of retouching. but don't think you have to spend your time becoming a pro retoucher, because that's what there's pro retouchers for. But yeah, like I said, a lot of time is spent planning, editing, paying your like electric bill, you know what I mean? Like, you know, random things. But a lot of the photography stuff is, you know, emailing, finding people on social media, finding their contact information and pitching to them, you know, saying, what's up, I want to work together. A lot of that is what it takes and goes into a regular day in the life of a fashion photographer. And you just got to stay on your toes, because a lot of times you got to be a flexible photographer. Some people are too rigid, but some of the best opportunities come being flexible. An opportunity can come at the drop of a coin, especially when, like I said, during moments where it's like fashion week, during moments where something's going on. At any moment, somebody, you know, you could get hit up that you need to do, somebody getting ready, somebody in their outfit, arrive into an event, whatever it is. But you just gotta stay ready, stay focused, head in the game. There'll be slower periods, there'll be higher periods. Just gotta make sure that you're still working during the higher periods to continue the momentum into the slower periods. And just keep it consistent. You only lose when you stop trying. And you only guarantee your failure when you stop trying. But if you're still trying, that failure or success is still not guaranteed. And there's still a chance that you could succeed. So keep at it. You know, thanks for logging in, you guys. Always reading the comments to see what other type of videos you guys want to see. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next episode. Check out the rest of the videos. We're this close to getting monetized, so just stream them, boys. But have a good day.